So 2 nights ago, I finally finished watching the new season of Master of None, which is the biggest letdown of the summer. But more importantly, I got my braces off. This was 5 years in the making, but every minute of it was worth it. But let's get to the show. But that aside, I was out of a show to binge watch, which led me to searching the web for new shows to watch. And I was asking a friend, and she recommended a show called Glow, Glow, which stands for Glorious, no, that is wrong, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Glorious Ladies of Wrestling is a new Netflix original that premiered in June. It's executively produced by Jenji, Kohan, the producer of Orange is the New Black, one of my all-time favorite shows. Like the name suggests, Glow is about women wrestling, but it's way more than that. It's actually based off an 80s show that's actually called Glow, and it's about women wrestling. But this show takes you behind the scenes as to how that show is produced and all the intricacies of the characters and the dilemmas they face in producing this show about women wrestling in the 80s.
Hello, ladies. I'm Sam Sylvia, and this is Glow.
Sorry, what's Glow?
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Are you hiring actors to play wrestlers, or are we the wrestlers?
Go! Yes.
The main character in this show is Ruth Wilder, who, not to my surprise, represents a lot of Piper Chapman from Orange is the New Black. They're both persevered and resilient. But beyond that, I was very intrigued by this character because the actor who played her looked very familiar, and after doing some digging, it turns out to be Alison Brie from Community. The cute girl next door, Annie, is now wrestling in spandex. This show was extremely refreshing to watch because unlike the other shows Netflix is producing right now, it doesn't focus on huge graphics or extreme sets to wow the audience, but it gets its kick from envelope-pushing scripts and amazing dry humor.
Okay, I want you to meet the star of Glow, Debbie Egan.
Are you insane?
Why is she here?
She's the alpha and you're the omega. Submit. She might kill you.
Umbrella's poking through. Let me just move that. That made it worse. The show uses more than just synth music and neon spandex to get the 80s into it. Every single line has the essence of the 80s woven into it. This essence comes from the fact that they put the everyday issues of these women, including self-esteem, jealousy, betrayal, and put it in a world where it makes sense. Wrestling. The show had a lot of controversial subjects. I mean, blatantly sexist, offensive, and racist comments. But it fit the era that it was trying to represent, and it kind of brings to light some of the struggles that women face then and now. And it follows suit with what Jenji Kohan does in most of her shows. This show has a very strong feminist innuendo, and although the definition of feminist is very blurred right now, I do identify as a feminist and believe in equal rights. And in a time where it's very hard to say what you want to say without being chastised, I think this show addresses real problems in a very quirky and campy way. Looking at the show critically, it doesn't have as crazy of a plot like 13 Reasons Why or Black Mirror like the other Netflix shows. But if you're looking to meet phenomenal, deep characters, this show is for you. And if you like pro wrestling and daytime television, this is perfect. Okay, we have to talk about the wrestling. And to everyone's surprise, I'm not a wrestling fan. So I had to do my research when I wanted to binge watch a show on wrestling. To my surprise, the show was bang on with the wrestling. I mean, for a newbie like me, a simple headlock and body slam would have been good enough. But they give you so much more than that for all the wrestling fans out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the gorgeous ladies of wrestling!
Although the show is refreshing and I loved it, I do have some issues with it. Mainly, its length. The show averages around 30 minutes per episode, which is way less than the other Netflix originals at 45 minutes to an hour. Which is not a bad issue to have because it leaves me wanting more, but I would like to see more in an episode. This leads to my second point, where by the end of the season, I really got to meet the characters of Alison Brie, Betty Gilpin, and Gail Rankins, but there are other characters who I didn't get to meet as much, such as Ellen Wong's Jenny, whose wrestling persona was a very stereotypical Asian character named Fortune Cookie, and there's also Sunita Mani's Arthi, who played another very stereotypical character named Beirut. Yeah. But outside of those two small but very good issues for a show to have, I would give the show a hard yes. It was refreshing, it was different, eye-catching, and I binge-watched the whole new season in one evening. So that speaks for itself. Alright, so that's it for today's show. And if you liked what you watched, please comment, like, subscribe, and please recommend any other shows you want me to review. Thank you.